But I end up, we decide to pull up and shoot, and
we'll show you every single thing you need to know.
Weather is one of the most significant factors to them, in my opinion. So
how do you decide where to hunt? Like, because I look at duck hunting and I'm like,
if they're coming in and you can tell they're coming in, don't even call.
Is it decoys? Is it having the right calls? Is it having the right shotgun?
Fireball goose coming down. Yeah.
Well, hey, everyone out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Addicted Hunting podcast. Today's going to be a fun one because we have another special guest in here. We're going to talk about something that I've only had little experience in, but like going out and doing it with you a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
Dude, it lit a fire under me again of wanting to do it. Like, I immediately called John. I was like, dude, when can we goose hunt your land? Like, it got me all excited. So first off, let's introduce yourself to the audience out there.
Right. Brandon Powers with Top Guides Northwest, doing the waterfowl stuff.
Love waterfowl. So today's whole podcast, guys, is all about waterfowl hunting. So if you like waterfowl, if you like ducks, goose, all that stuff, make sure you hit the thumbs up, drop some comments, and let us know what your favorite bird is to hunt in the comments, because I'm just curious what everyone loves to chase. Like, is it goose, duck? What is it?
There's a lot of waterfowl hunters out there too. It's
big
crazy
deal.
how many waterfowl hunters there are.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. So I wanted to bring Brandon in because, you know, these guys, they do a lot of hunting here locally, and they're kind of the guys that I know that are really good waterfowl hunters. I mean, even Bill, like back in the day when we fished and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like that guy just this amount of months out of the year he was doing nothing but waterfowl. It was I'd be like, dude, let's go winter steelhead fishing. He'd be like, no, I'm good. No duck hunting. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. So talk about just do a brief intro, maybe just about your guys' guide business that you have, and just the Top Guides thing and what you guys offer and what the waterfowl stuff is.
Sure. I mean, Top Guides Northwest, we offer pretty much everything that the Pacific Northwest has to offer between, fish and waterfowl, salmon, steelhead, sturgeon, kokanee, waterfowl, geese,
ducks,
the whole 9 yards. We pretty much hang it all up in October. Well, and then start waterfowl.
And most of the time is the season's still going to be like November, December, January, or like how does it work?
Yeah, so we have a mid-October opener. I think like this year it was October 11th, and there's still fishing going on, and we'll try and sneak in some fishing too. But when we really try and hit it hard is November.
Okay.
So you do like a combo, like do you ever do like fishing in the same days?
We've talked about it. It's kind of a hard one to pull off. It is. Be a
sick video if we could do it though.
It would be sick.
Because it would be sick. Bird hunting is typically like a morning for early morning type game.
It can be. Absolutely. Most of the times it is, yeah. We haven't done that. I personally have done it years ago, even before I started guiding, up on the Chehalis with kind of my mentor back in the day. And we did a cast and blast.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Fun. Shot birds in the morning and then went and go fished in the
that would be fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, you could totally do it float in some of the smaller rivers.
Oh, sure. Even,
like imagine floating my home river, which is right in my backyard here. I'm not going to say river names, but imagine floating that, and then you get down to those ponds in that lower, dude, and you could set up and just smash them probably.
You could. Or even at that time of the year too, there's still coho in the river and stuff like that.
Dude, we almost did that on our raft trip for the mule deer hunt. Like we were talking about, because there's we could hunt birds, and we saw a bunch of greenheads on the river, but we were so overloaded in the raft. I was like, we all had our shotguns. I said, leave them in the truck, dude. There's way too much deer in this boat right now. We cannot afford to bring shotguns in here.
Overloaded. Yeah.
So, it didn't happen.
And so all your guys' guiding is Washington State?
We do order
for waterfowl.
For waterfowl, we do hunt the
both sides
stuff.
Washington and Oregon. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So let's talk about what do you guys like? I know you said before the podcast started, you said you do like 4 goose hunts or whatever. You were trying to do 4 or 5. Like, what do you guys specialize in? Like, if guys are like, hey, I've always wanted to go waterfowl hunting. I've listened to this podcast. Like, what would you say is Top Guides like specialty? That might be a hard question. I went out duck hunting with you, and I was like, that was epic. Like, I wonder if these guys knew it was going to be that freaking epic.
I'd say our specialty is duck hunting in general, in Southwest Washington.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That
cool.
That is our specialty.
So now we can kind of get into So that's Top Guys Northwest, guys. We'll have them linked down below if you guys want to get out, do any waterfowl hunting or do any fishing with these guys. We'll have them linked so you can check them out. But now I think we should just get into first I want to just talk about you, dude. Talk about, I think the first question would be for some of the guys out here that'll get them kind of thinking as well, as like your first memories waterfowl hunting.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. The first time I ever went waterfowl hunting, a couple of family friends and part of our church growing up were kind of big into it, and went to high school with the guy that got them into it. And I think it was 11, 12 years old, maybe 13. And they invited me out to go hunt a lake. And I had no idea I've seen videos of it and whatnot, and had some friends that were into it. And
how old are you at this time?
12.
Oh, young. Okay, cool.
13-ish, right around there. And so I was super pumped. And looking back on it, it's hilarious. So they had a 14-foot riveted boat, leaky, little 5-horse Johnson or whatever on it. And I'm 13. I think this rig's sweet. I'm like, oh yeah. And it's packed full of, dude, it's on a Harbor Freight trailer and like the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, okay, this thing's sweet. And
I still think they're sweet.
Yeah, they are. Don't get me wrong. And we get there and it's all loaded up with freaking decoys and 2 men that, quite frankly, probably shouldn't be in a 14-foot boat with a child. And we bomb out there in the middle of the dark. We got the old, one of those spotlights that clip on to a battery, like a car battery. And they're up there, they're making me spotlight because they don't want their hands cold. And so I'm up there spotlighting. We get to the spot, and they're not really what few birds were there are not really working us well because they're just not. But I end up, we decided to pull up and shoot, and I shot at this group of birds that are way too high. Like, it was a lucky freaking deal. And I shot a Drake Mallard as my first duck. And I feel
that's super cool.
It is cool. But that's kind of my first memory of it. And then it was snowball.
So that's what hooked you, was right there, just taking that duck out. You were like,
I'm not sure if it was like, because there's a lot of times like I enjoy the process of duck hunting and like working birds and whatnot. I will, and Bill can attest to this, I love to shoot. I will always shoot. Like, even if it's one bird, like, I'm getting a shot or 2 in there for sure.
The first duck, one of the first ducks that's coming in, it's like coming in from the left. And Tyler was also with us, their buddy Tyler, a part of Top Guides, and he had never shot one. And so this duck's coming in, and we're all getting ready, like me and Tyler, because we're going to shoot this duck, and then we bang, and he shoots it. And he's like, sorry, Tyler, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I can't remember if it was like out, because we always like, 10 and 2, it's kind of your lane, but I don't know.
I remember you apologizing to Tyler like 15 times when it all happened. So
it happens. You get excited.
Yeah. I mean,
he likes to shoot.
Yeah, I do. So I don't know what it was. If it was it was the whole ensemble of it that just roller coastered me
for sure.
And everything.
So when did you start really kind of getting into it by yourself? Was it more like in your teenage years, or?
Yeah. Teenage, like late teenage, 18, 19, and then 20, kind of really got into it. I had a few other buddies that would go out with me and whatnot. I never really went out by myself. I'm not like the biggest fan of that, so.
It's dangerous.
It is. And I like sharing the experience with somebody else. So it's way more fun to me to go with other people. But that's when it really, like, when I hit 18 and could kind of like, see you later, Mom and Dad. I'm out.
That's when you really started getting into it.
Yeah, we traded in the old riveted leaky boat and got a different riveted leaky boat, a little bigger, and then stair-stepped it
went
up
all in
to there. Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah. So at what point did you be like, were you already a fishing guide for a while? Like, at what point were you like, you know what, I'm going to try to guide some people and get some other people on ducks?
Yeah.
Did you reach a point in your career where you were kind of like, you still enjoyed duck hunting, but you started, because what I always find with fishing guys is it seems like they reach a point in their lives where they've caught so many fish that they get more joy and passion and love out of watching someone else get a fish than themselves. And so was there a turning point where that happened with ducks, or were you just like, I want to try to see if I can get people on ducks? Like, what made you want to turn into a guide business, I guess is what I'm asking.
I mean, I was already out there so much, and I was like, I got to grow up seeing this, the area that we hunt is just, I mean, it's pretty special. And so what drove me to do it is why shouldn't people be able to come out and see what I've got to experience as,
That's so awesome.
Yeah, share your passion.
Yeah, a younger kid all the way up, That's kind of what drove me to do it. And I was already out there doing it.
Yeah.
So come on.
Come on with me. Yeah, let's go.
Right.
That kind of touches on what we've talked about previously, like we said, like older generations, like they want to keep that kind of stuff a secret because it's like, this is my spot, and it's just really cool and refreshing to have people that are like that minded. They're like, I want to get people into this and share it with them, which is how this dynamic should be. Instead of, I'm not showing anybody this because this is mine, this is mine.
Right.
It's like, how is anyone else going to enjoy it and get into it if you're hoarding the spots and hoarding the secrets and hoarding, I mean, to an extent, not everything, but like.
Of course.
Yeah, I've always been in the mindset of like, give people the information needed to learn it and go out and do it, but then let them go out and do it themselves. Let them go out and figure it out, find the spots, enjoy the adventure part of it. That's the same with fishing. That's why for years of our fishing brand, it's always been No River Names, because it's like, you know what? We'll show you every single thing you need to know. But part of the best fun about fishing is like going to a spot and figuring it out.
Absolutely. The learning curve of it is it's fun in its own way.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what drives me. I think hunting in general, like over the years, I've become such a passionate hunter because I think it just challenges the hell out of me.
Sure.
It's like no matter, I'll be like, I got to figure it out. I was telling these guys, it's like I shot deer and elk 8 years in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like the best hunter ever. I'm like walking around like just on my horse,
Sure.
And then what comes and happens the next 3 years? Humble pie like you wouldn't freaking believe. And I think that's why hunting's so amazing. Because you just, the second you think you have an animal figured out, you just don't.
Yeah.
And that goes for anything. Ducks, birds, pheasants, deer, elk, it doesn't matter. Like
I've had
they're a wild animal.
Yeah.
Dude, especially with migratory birds too, like there's a lot. I'm sure you were just talking about like there's a lot of patterning that goes on in that. Like
Bill and I, we have a pretty good an idea, right? It's all just an idea of what they're gonna do, and we get surprised sometimes. We sure do. Yeah.
Especially someday, even when we were hunting with you, it was like a couple weird things happened. Like one time they came in directly behind us, and so you just you just never know.
They have a good way of mixing it up on us. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Let's talk about now. Let's just kind of get into this year, current season, and just how things kind of went for you this year. So maybe just give the people listening an update of how did 2025 go? It's not over. You might have.
No, it's not over. We got January 25th, 2026 is when it ends.
That's when the season ends here in Washington State?
Yes. Yep. January 25th of 2026. So our season starts, it started October 11th of 2025.
Goes to the 25th.
And it goes, I think it's a 104-day general season. It's one of the longest seasons. Same with Oregon, if I'm remembering right. It's one of the longest seasons in the nation. Out of any other state, we get the longest season.
That's cool.
It is super
good. Washington did something right finally.
Count on one hand.
So talk about how it's been. How did it start out? Did it heat up? Has wet? Talk about how the season's been.
We had a pretty. It was I would say a normal start. In October we're not going super hard. we're still trying to do a little bit of fishing and whatnot, but it wasn't terrible. And a lot of times, like that early season, there's still a lot of local birds around to pick on and whatnot. But as the season progressed and we get into like the November stuff, that's when it was like, oh no, this is not where our birds. We have no birds. This is not good.
So rough start to the season.
Very rough start, and still honestly is a rough start.
It's the warm weather, huh?
Warm weather, lots of rain, and it takes weather to move these birds too. And when they don't get the weather up where they're roosting and whatnot in Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan, all that stuff, if they don't get the severe weather,
The birds don't come down
as much. Yeah. So that's what I feel we're waiting on. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we found some birds, and got after them. There's been a few good hunts throughout the year, but it's not like, I can say it's probably one of the worst seasons I've seen in our area in the last 10 years. Not great.
That's crazy. So talk about do the weather patterns, is that the number one thing that affects the bird movement? Because at some point they're coming no matter what, right? Like at some point they're migrating no matter what.
Ideally, yeah, that's generally the case. I mean, they could wait to migrate till February, March.
Really?
Generally, when you get into March, April, May, June, I think it's actually June, they quit breeding and whatnot, and then they start bombing back up. But weather is one of the most significant factors to them migrating. So if we don't have that, and most importantly, where they are, it doesn't have that, it's kind of not great. Any time we get this massive amount of rain, we generally don't see the best hunting. There's situations like up north on the western part of Washington. Those guys get after them on the sheetwater and all that stuff. Our sheetwater situation is fairly. It's a bit different than up there.
What do you mean by sheetwater?
Sheetwater is in you got a field that's full of grass, and you're having cows out there, or a winter wheat field or a corn field or whatever. When you get that kick water, that 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of water on there, birds will congregate to that because there's a bunch of food, and that'll always hurt us because it scatters the birds all over the place. It doesn't congregate them into bigger pieces of water.
You have standing water literally everywhere, so they can be eaten.
Well, the Longview soccer field has every single bird in the county on it. I don't know if they're going to give me permission to hunt it, but I would doubt it. So that's kind of the thing that sucks when we get so much rain. It's hard to.
Dude, it's been think about it. It's been 50, 60 degrees the past couple weeks, and it's dude, that's not warm.
No.
They're up north, and that weather's colder it gets, it's supposed to be pushing them down, right? I'm not super versed in, but I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, and I'm not a scientist by no means on migrational patterns of birds and whatnot, but that is the thing. When they have weather where they're at and it's too bad, they're going to move. So we just haven't seen it yet. I'm crossing my fingers for January, hoping for the best.
Usually we get some cold weather. So when you're out there hunting, weather-wise, are you looking if tomorrow you're what's the most ideal weather you can have for that?
My ideal weather, I want it 25 degrees, 15 mile an hour wind, north wind, whatever. I don't really care, whatever wind, and clear skies. Give me sunny. I hate hunting in the rain.
Me too.
It sucks.
Especially deer hunting. I hate just hunting in the rain in general. I hate it.
Yeah.
If I ever draw that tag again, we're ground blind hunting.
Big time.
I'm gonna be sick if it's raining.
Yeah.
That's freaking funny. Okay, so any highs from the season, maybe a memory that stuck out or something that was
it's gonna sound. Yes, I have a few. Your guys' hunt that you came out, you and Sean and Tyler came out. Bill was with us. That was a super fun hunt.
It was fun.
It was laid back.
Bacon and sausage in the blind.
Yeah. I forgot my calls. Like it was not a typical awesome hunt.
What's your style? So you're sitting in like a standing blind. You're set up.
There's a lot of different ways we hunt. You know, on our piece of property that we lease, we've got layout blinds, panel blinds. I just put the boat blind on because of all this high water. So we got different.
I was just trying to get a gauge of what you guys were doing when you're in your setup with your guys.
Yeah,
we were in like a built blind out of wood, like a big box.
Gotcha.
There's a few of those around that you know anybody can get after, but a whole plethora of different ways to set up on them and whatnot. But another one of those memories is I had. God, I was so fired up too. Like, Reeves can attest to this because I called him the day before, just all fired up because we finally had some birds around. And I'm like, oh yeah, I had a big group of guys to take out, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get them. And I show up there in the morning, and you know, I kick them out, and usually like in this particular spot when I kick them out, we're okay. It's gonna be fine. No, not good. They didn't show. Yeah, 6 hours of hunting, 3 birds, 8 guns. Not good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So typically when you kick them out, they're leaving and then they'll make their way back at some point.
Yeah, I mean they were roosting in that particular spot, and so normally I haven't ran into that many issues with that. But I think what it was is we were coming out of 3 days of really hard rain, and the day we were hunting, it wasn't raining. It was clear skies, so I think they something bumped them up, and they were like, "Oh, it's not raining. Oh,
see you later.
Let's fly to California or whatever. Let's go. Time to go." Yeah, but no, that wasn't a favorable memory.
No, that's a low. That's a low.
But I learned.
Yeah, you learned it.
I learned like, hey, if those birds and it's heavy rain and they're there for 3 or 4 days, and the next day you're gonna go hunt them, and it's not gonna be that same weather conditions.
They're not going to be there. They might bail.
Maybe not. They could be, but that's the thing. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
So expanding on that, like how do you decide where to hunt? Like, because I look at duck hunting and I'm like, these guys are like going. Yeah. It's like, oh, we got to be right here, and I'm like, bro, I could just walk down right here and set up some decoys and get them.
Sure.
But that's clearly not the case. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. But it's like when you walk outside and look around, it's like. Especially on days there's ducks flying around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's ducks flying around all over the freaking place. So what makes you be like, we're hunting right here? Is it scouting? Is it like?
Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely want to do your due diligence scouting for your trip that you're going to go do. Quantity of birds kind of make a difference. I wouldn't go hunt a spot that has 5 ducks in it.
No.
Yeah.
I want a few more than that.
Yeah.
Accessibility, like how hard is it going to be for you? Do you have to drag your stuff a mile? Do you have to, walk through mud or whatever, cross a mountain, whatever? That's another thing to look at, what your hide situation is. There's a lot of things to consider when you're looking at a specific spot.
Well, the hiding thing, I was a little surprised when we were doing it. Like, you had to be hidden, but you didn't have to be as hidden as I thought.
Yeah, and there's cases where you can fudge it a little bit. You don't have to be like.
I mean, we were like getting down and stuff, but I definitely wasn't being like.
No. They were probably newer birds to the area.
Yeah.
And they're not in tune with what's up.
Yeah, they haven't been harassed.
Right, they haven't been harassed. That makes a big difference. Another big difference is if like you're scouting a spot and you see maybe someone else goes and hunts it the day before you're gonna hunt it. That might be something to consider in your hunt because those birds may not come back, or if they do, they might be a little more educated, stuff like that. But there's definitely when they're new, fresh, nice birds, their hide you can get away with a lot more.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into gear now, John.
Yeah. So what do you usually run for your shotgun and shells and all that stuff?
Yeah, Right now I shoot a Franke Affinity 3, and hands down that has been one of the best shotguns that I personally have ever shot. Bill shoots an SB2 and a Benelli Vinci.
Whatever Benelli was that you let me use, that was a sick gun. The auto.
Oh yeah. That you were shooting his Franke. He has a Franke Affinity 3 as well.
That's a sick gun.
Yeah, they're sick.
I was like, yeah, if I ever get into this is what I'm buying.
Yeah. Those Benellis are great guns. They make awesome guns. I started with a little Mossberg 500 pound, and I shot that for. I shot that for. I actually shot that.
Yeah, I had a Remington 870 back in the jump on shooting days.
Yeah. I shot that 500 until I started hunting with Bill, and Bill wouldn't give it up. Bill's like, dude, get that thing out of here.
Time to move up in the world.
Yeah.
Time to move
Yeah,
up.
right. Oh, that's funny. We shoot obviously steel shot, no lead anymore.
Yep.
Number 2s, number 4s. I don't go crazy with shot. I don't go buy $40 boxes of tungsten, TSS, hyper steel. No, give me the cheap stuff.
Just because you're going through so much of it? Or
Well, I'm going through a bit of it, helping people, clean up cripples or whatever the case, personal hunting myself. But like, in the perfect world, right, you want to put birds into your spread at a reasonable distance for you to shoot. Why do you need $40
shells,
boxes of shells?
Yeah.
when they both shoot the same at that
Right.
distance?
The caveat to that, though, is some of these new loads, like they stack number 2s with number 8s, tiny little pellets, and it's all TSS stuff. I will admit, those things are heavy hitting son of a guns, and they shoot good. They pattern well. So like, the technology in these loads are super advanced and they do work. I'm not saying anybody shouldn't go buy any of that stuff, because it definitely does work and it's good stuff. I don't spend the money on it personally.
I mean, in my experience in shooting with you guys, I mean, for one, you guys knew when it was like, no, it's too far, that one's in range, shoot it. It was like, I would bring my shotgun and be like, no, don't even try. Like, it's not, it's fucking, don't even try.
Right.
So I think that's a big key when you're using the ammo, but also like, I feel like every bird we're shooting, we got.
Yeah. I mean, that's in a perfect world.
Unless we miss.
There's a lot of times where maybe the wind's a little wrong, or they're not loving what you got going on. They're not going to give it up to you at that perfect 20-yard backpedaling, wings open shot. They're going to give you that 40, 50-yard shot, and you might have to take those shots sometimes. It happens. Is it ideal? No, but sometimes what you got to do.
For sure.
Well, here's $1 million question.
Yeah.
That's pretty much any bird hunter that hunts with decoys. Decoys. What decoys do you want? What's the best in the market, you think? What do you run?
Okay. We run Avian X and tangle free. All of our geese are tangle free. Love those. They're the tangle free lessers. Great decoys. If I had, like, goose wise, if I had to pick the decoy, West Side Oregon, West Side Washington, DSDs, full bodies, all full bodies, and lots of them. Like, I feel like you'd do better. You'd be better off with 5-6 dozen DSDs, full bodies, than you would be with 20 dozen socks in some situations. Or silhouettes.
DSDs anymore.
But
you what?
I don't think they're going to be DSDs anymore. I'm pretty sure Steve Rennella bought them.
He did. Well,
it's going to be meat eater decoys now.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. They're
Just teasing.
You look at Dave's freaking decoys, man, and they look like a goose.
Yeah.
You could mistake them for.
So on ducks, you said what was your?
Avian X are great, and I've personally, growing up as a kid, teenager, I've hunted over a lot of different decoys. Higdon is another great brand. They do a lot of great carving on their decoys. And
My buddy Phil, back in the day, he was always very like, I don't remember what the brand, but he used to always tell me like, dude, it doesn't matter what brand, you just need one that's like got good, durable paint.
Sure,
Because
that's huge. That's huge.
On that, what's one that you would maybe steer clear from in your experience, if there's one that comes to mind? I mean, dude,
Flambeau.
if you think about it,
decoys.
Yeah, the Walmart special. But here's the thing: if you take good care of them, you don't scratch the paint up. There's no one saying you're not going to shoot birds with Flambeau decoys. There's plenty of people who shoot birds over
well, dude,
pop cans and
Yeah.
stuff.
there's
Like,
significant investment in buying decoys.
Oh,
Have a
yeah.
good spread, dude. Like
Oh,
you go to a
it's not.
store and you look at what the price of what 4 or a half dozen are, dude.
Yeah.
You're spending hundreds
I,
to get a good spread. You're spending thousands of dollars, and that's like that's a big decision. And
so yeah, dude, it's wild. So like DSD's cacklers come in, if I remember right, it's 4. So you need three packs per dozen. I think they're $480 for 4 decoys.
$480.
Yep. So say you want a 10 dozen spread of all DSD full bodies. You're in it. Like I don't even know what the math is, but $480.
Someone in the comments will give us the math.
Yeah, like you're thousands and thousands of dollars beyond. I would imagine $15,000. It's an investment, but the nice thing is
that's what I'm saying, dude. This is like not a small like decoys are a huge chunk.
I'm going
of change.
flamboyant.
That's I've killed them over a lot of different decoys, you know, and that.
I just remember Phil, my buddy Phil, shout out Phil Ruda, he's just so into duck hunting. And he used to always tell me that. He's like, dude, you just have to buy ones that are durable. Because he's like, you spend it, cry once, and spend the
Buy once,
money.
buy
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
The next one, the next big decision.
So calls and like
Mm-hmm.
dip in the what kind of calls you like to use, but calling behavior and when you like to call, why you like to call,
Sure.
what kind of
Okay.
behavior they get into. There you
Okay.
go into situations like that.
Okay. Yeah. So I blow an S2 slick trick. I also blow a born and raised one. I can't remember. Strand sold it to born and raised, if I remember right. I could be wrong on that, but it used to be S2. Bill blows the slick trick as well from S2, and then we both blow actually the goat from born and raised. His is an S2 though, mine's a born and raised call.
I've been so intrigued with that, like that bow hunter. Have you seen all his
Bo
calls?
Brooks?
Yeah, Bo Brooks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, his bow hunters is his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
on like.
yeah.
Yeah, that Bo Brooks guy. Like I've
He
been.
can call with his mouth.
Yeah, he's really good.
And
He's
loud. And
he's super good. I've been talking to him. Hopefully, we'll get him into a podcast. I think he wants to come in. But
that guy's.
yeah, I was watching him be like, he's like hand making all of his calls and stuff, and then doing like limited drops and stuff. Like, have you ever looked at any of his stuff? It just seems like it's high freaking quality.
I have not. I didn't know Brooks made calls. To
Yeah.
be honest. But I know he can freaking sound like a turkey with his mouth.
Yeah. Well, he's a world
Like
champion elk
nothing.
caller too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just was curious because
His-
ever since I started getting into duck hunting with you, like I was like looking at it all and like
Sure.
following all these people and I just saw him. That made me think of it because yesterday he was literally live on TikTok, like carving his calls.
Mm.
Like he was like sitting there like hand making
Super.
each one, which I thought was
Heck
kind of
yeah.
cool. Really
Heck yeah.
cool. Are a lot of the ones that you see out there handmade like that, or are they more like production calls? Like,
Most of the calls you're going to see are production calls.
Yeah.
They're still high quality calls, but
Yeah.
they're putting a lathe and they're turning some product out of it.
so before you get into calling behavior and bird behavior and habits and stuff, if there's a beginner out there, say me, you're like, I got just completely addicted to it and I
Yeah.
want to go buy. Like,
Yeah.
what do I prioritize first? Like, if you're like, dude, if you're going to spend the money, this is where you should spend the money. Is it decoys? Is it having the right calls? Is it having the right shotgun?
You don't need the right shotgun. I mean, you should have a shotgun that can be put to the battles of the weather and whatnot. But if I had to guess, I'd wrap it up into a few things. A decent call, right, and practice on the call that can make a huge difference. Your hide, so like some blind stuff, maybe a ground blind, panel blinds. We use a bunch of panel blinds, primarily panel blinds. And then a good set of decoys. Invest in a slotted bag. Try and keep them nice. other than that, that's pretty much good. Like, and if you go out, just make sure your hide's like the best. That's what I always focus on, is like your hide. If they can't see you, that's
ideal.
Yeah, they're super sightful. Geese even more than ducks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their number one defense, right? Is their eyes.
Absolutely.
Dude, just in my experience, and like kind of going off of that, like there's been times when I've been goose hunting, and it's like if they're coming in and you can tell they're coming in, don't even call.
Oh yeah.
You don't even need to call.
Yeah.
I have a flag, and I'll flag them down.
Yep.
But like a lot of times, I don't even call one time. I just tell them like, don't even touch your calls.
Yeah.
Just leave them alone. They're coming in. You can see when they're coming in, and you're like, and some guys want to go crazy on them, and it's like, more often than not, it'll freak them out. They'll be like,
what I always see though, if you look in like a field of geese, they're loud. They're always like I drive by a field and it's like, rah, rah, rah. I mean, they're just going crazy. So I would think it would be important to call, but you're saying you don't really have to.
Dude, when they're coming in, they're wanting to get down on that ground.
Right. They want to go feet down and get after it. But like, and also with that, we see that a lot too, where birds are a little gun shy on the call. It also puts focus on where you're sitting. Like, so if your hide isn't like the best and you're just ripping the call at some of these birds, like they're gonna pick out where that sound comes from. I mean, if you got one caller, it's pretty, and you got 6 dozen decoys out there. You only sound like one duck. They're probably gonna pick out where that sound's coming from.
That's true.
For a good idea, but then their eyes are just they're locking on where's that sound coming from. You watch geese and they're always,
oh yeah, their neck's always down to looking at things. Another thing I noticed when I was hunting with you guys is for ducks, you guys had a few different calls. Like Bill was like chirping on something that sounded like a little mouse.
Yeah.
So like how important is that to have some different sounds?
It could be, Bill and I, we primarily, like when we're out there, we are primarily blowing, a general just, our mallard calls. Most of the birds in our area are gonna react to that call, but there are times where a widgeon whistle, pintail whistle, or teal, those type of calls come in handy sometimes.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because I was noticing the different calls you guys were using, and I'd always just envisioned the normal mallard call.
Right.
Everyone's on. So.
Yeah, there's definitely some variation to what you can use. Absolutely.
Sweet. Well, let's get into some calling now. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. So what kind of what I was just talking about. Like, calling how much? Calling is too much. When should you call and when shouldn't you be calling, and that type of deal.
I'll be brutally honest. I was not raised in the waterfowl hunting world as like the best caller in the world. I will never attest to be the best caller. I chase Bill around on his call all the time, trying to. Bill's a really good caller, but if I had to say like how much calling is too much, if you look at a bird's body language out there, out in front of you, and wings are cupped and it's just floating on in, and you go to bang on the call, and he flares up and leaves. That was probably too much calling. You probably just shouldn't have moved and done anything.
That makes sense.
Or if you're just blaring at birds and they're not like even giving you a look or turning into you or anything, no reaction whatsoever, you should probably just quit calling. Just quit calling. Yeah, but I mean, tips and tails. If you're working some birds, and generally you don't want to blow right at the face. Sometimes they love that. Just bully them, in essence. But when they're going away from you and they kind of look like they're going to start turning, you see their wingtips and their tails, get after them probably right there, and as soon as they start facing you, probably back off a little bit. Okay. But it's all what's the word I'm looking for? It's all, there's so many variables.
Yeah. It's all situation based.
Yeah, and
it's all situation based, depending on what the ducks do.
Yeah, watch and pay attention to what they'll tell you what they want most of the time. They'll either tell you that they want to say screw you and fly somewhere else, or they'll say, Ooh, that sounded like too much of a party for me. I think I'll bounce out of here.
And it was fun watching because there was exactly what you're saying. That's what would happen. It was like, he'd start calling and like, no, they're not into it. And then the next one's come in, but they're just into it. Like immediately coming. Like, it's just funny how that works. You think when that happens, it's like the duck is like, yeah, I've heard that before. Nice try, bud. Or he just is like, no, I'm going right there because I see somewhere else I want to go. Probably could be either.
I do think they get call shy. I do think they kind of maybe remember what maybe that mallard call sounds like, and or those ducks aren't moving. Why are they not moving? Or stuff like that. So I definitely think they pick that stuff out sometimes. And super pressured birds, that's where that's really gonna come into play is when you are dealing with those pressured birds.
I don't do too much of the duck hunting, but I do geese hunt quite a bit.
Sure.
When I can get out and when I have geese flying over me, I'll tell a little story, and I'm sorry, Dakota, for saying this if you're listening to this. We're sitting there and they're like circling around us, and like you said, geese have really good eyesight. That's most important. Like you were saying, hide. I agree with that. Your hide's the best thing you can do above calling. We're sitting there, and these birds are circling, trying to debate where they're going, and then there were hundreds of them in this flock, just hundreds, just giant wad of geese coming around circling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna be epic. We're all gonna win it right now. There's only like 3 of us. I was like, we're gonna get all our birds right now. So we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden they're just trying to debate whether they're wanting to come in, and all of a sudden just flare. And I'm like, what's happening right now? I'm looking through my blind, and I'm just going, and I sneak up out of my blind, and here Dakota is like full face out of the blind, just looking out, and I'm like,
the old pie face.
Dude, what are you doing? He's like, what? How am I supposed to see through the mesh? And I'm like, they can see you, and that's exactly like what they were doing. They're just like they picked his face out like that.
Yeah.
But it was just like
Phil had always told me the white of your eyes. Like they can pick the white of your eyes out.
I haven't heard that one. I'm sure. Yeah,
because it to a duck with their vision like that, it's just like boom, they can see those white on your eyes.
Yeah,
it really stands out. But
if you can't see them, they probably can't see you as well.
Yeah.
But
cool. Well, now one of the things I wanted to talk about is, that's going to be big for addicted hunting and in general is just talking about, conservation and ethics and when I went hunting with you guys were very like, hey, here's your hunting license you need to have, make sure you have this duck stand, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. So talk a little bit about just like respecting the limits, respecting the resource, and just making sure that everything's legal so we can keep this resource into the future, and how important that is for you guys in your guide business.
Sure. It's super important that everybody has their licenses and whatnot from a legal standpoint. We don't want to get in trouble with anything like that. As far as respecting limits, there's a reason that limits are placed there. Like we have kind of a spread up limit of birds that we can take. You're only allowed 2 hen mallards or 3 pintail or 2 geese or whatever the case may be, mix and match it. But there's a reason, that they
trying to protect it for the future, right?
Sure, absolutely. They do their research on the breeding grounds and hatch rates and all that stuff, and there's a reason why it's there. So I think respecting those limits and like trying to do your best and do your part to pick out and know what bird you're shooting at is super important, because if you're not doing that, and maybe it's because sometimes shoot light is a little dark. You could, if you're not paying attention and you just maybe aren't caring enough about the limit, you could overshoot your pintail limit or overshoot your hen mallard limit or whatever the case may be. It's still dark out a little bit and you can't make it out.
And you guys, when I was out there with you definitely, it was like, oh, here comes a pintail. Oh, we got 4 mallards coming in. Like you, and I'm just looking at them like, cool, looks like another duck to me.
We tried. We tried.
It's like, at one point, like a wood duck or something came in too, and Bill was like, don't shoot that thing. Like, don't even shoot it.
I don't think we had a wood duck.
Or a bufflehead.
Oh, bufflehead, yeah.
That's what it was. Buffalo.
Yeah, they just don't make the best table fare. They're legal to shoot. You can actually shoot 7 of them all day long. They're just not the best table fare and not the most amount of meat yield. You know, the size of a teal.
Yeah.
So
I have noticed with birds, especially of any other hunting game, like that is the most tempting and ducks too. Like I'm talking more ducks than anything. That is the more tempting where a hunter wants to go over his limit.
Because there's so many of them.
Yes, dude. Like the temptation of, you know how many guys I know that have shot over their limits and it's like, that have got caught doing it and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know, like, they're like, oh man,
And
they
then
were just coming in.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good. It was great. They just, greenheads just kept coming in through the spread. And it's like, yeah, you know, like, but it's like the temptation of it's there, you know, like, you get it, like.
That's the same thing, even with the fishing side, that's the same thing you see with like shrimping or crabbing or clams.
It is
like
probably
people,
the most tempting type of hunting there is, as far as that kind of stuff goes. For then, that's what you're tapping on your like. Stay within your limits, and you know, because you will have the opportunities to go over more, and you just can't do it.
Yeah. So one of the things that when I started Addicted Fishing years ago, I want to keep this same passion into the hunting side of it. Is, passing this tradition on to a new generation. That's when I started Addicted, regardless of what anyone says about what I do, that was my only mission. It was literally like, if I can get a bunch more kids excited about salmon trout and steelhead like I did, I won. I don't care that's it. And I would like the same, I'm going to have the same passion for this hunting thing. And I just want to ask you about that, like passing, how important do you think it is to pass the tradition down to the next generation and keep our, these passions alive?
Sure.
You think it's important, or you just like, screw the next generation?
I was zone out moment. My bad. No, it is absolutely super, super important. I mean, I look at it, I got invited out on a hunt by, the older generation, and I now get to do the same. It's freaking important, and instilling in that younger generation that we have the opportunity to take out that this is important, and it is a way of life, and that sort of thing.
And one of the things we always talk about,
mountains.
It moves mountains. And one of the things we always talk about on the fishing side and the hunting side is equally important is these are resources that are given to us by our Constitution. And the reality is that if we don't have people that advocate and love these resources,
we will lose everything.
There's a lot of people that are trying to take it from us. I mean, right now there's some stupid law they're trying to pass an ordinance. I don't even know what the number is. Someone please comment below what the law is. But they're literally trying to make anything animal kill, like anything, illegal. Like you can't kill an animal, period. No duck, no fish, no deer, no elk, no nothing. And this is the 4th year in a row that they've introduced the bill, and they keep changing the name of it. So what they do is they put it into try to get it to pass. And so my point in bringing that point up is we're not getting opportunity, guys. I don't know if anyone is watching is looking and thinking to themselves like, man, it's really cool, all these new opportunities that Washington and Oregon opened for us last year. Because that ain't happening.
They just play crazies with opportunities.
We're losing.
Here's a new one, but we're taking 30.
And to me, that's where the next generation comes in, because I'm now the old guy. I'm now the gray mother effer sitting here at this table. And there's going to need to be, a new generation of kids that are just as passionate about this as we are.
This is going to shock you. I just was thinking in my head, I just looked it up. What's your guesstimate on the median age of hunters in the U.S.?
Median age, like the average?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say 20 to 35. Really? 45 to 55?
45.
Wow.
The median age of hunters in the U.S. is 45.
That's what I mean.
And it says, and it's rising.
Yeah.
So that means there's becoming more older generation of hunters than there are younger ones getting into the sport.
Yeah.
That
is why, regardless, and the same for fishing, like if you look at the license sales, they've declined every year for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And like people don't get it. I know it's tough out there when you're hunting or you're trying to get to a duck blind or whatever, and you're like, damn it, this guy's in my blind.
Sure.
Sometimes that can be tough, but at the same time, it's like, I promise you, there's a lot less of us than there are the other people out there that don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
So we all have to make sure we advocate for it. And one of the things I've learned in just the past, 6 months is literally that stuff is built into our Constitution. 100%. It is a right that we have to harvest food.
Yeah.
Period. Like, that's what it's there for. It's there for us, and all of us. Like, I don't know about you guys, but one of my main drivers for hunting is harvesting the food. Like,
Oh, of course.
like you go right now, go downstairs. I have a whole bunch of jerky and pepperoni, and it's like so. Yeah, next generation's important. If any of you young hunters are out there, like, keep at it, keep hunting,
Absolutely.
keep getting
It's
outdoors.
super important.
We need
Super
you guys
important.
to continue it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
So what does Top Guides Northwest have plans coming up in the future?
Yeah, like, what do you know, you're going to expand, you have new hunts, new goals, new things you want to do as you guys continue to grow the Top Guides thing?
Yeah. We're gonna keep fishing like heathens. That's always
stop that.
Yeah, no, can't stop that. As far as hunting, you know, there might be a little slowdown with the hunting. We may not go as hard. Guiding waterfowl is a different demon. It's a different beast all on its own, and it's tiring. Bill and I have both suffered from just really just tough hunts, tough walk-ins, getting beat up by the weather, being away from the families and whatnot, and that it's tough. And so there might be a little slowdown with that. We will absolutely still keep doing the waterfowl thing. We want to get the lease going. We want to maybe try and find some other properties to do stuff on or whatever, but we definitely want to advance our waterfowl, but maybe not make it larger, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, we want to keep
Keep it a little bit less hunts, more focused, more, you know, like we were talking before the podcast, like trying to
Super
keep minimums
focused.
of 4 people
Yeah.
and really
Yeah.
make the hunts that you are going to do impactful and
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah, make more
That's-
quality experiences than
Yeah.
quality
Thank you.
experiences there.
Thank you.
Yeah. We got what you're saying.
I could not
Oh, I knew
find
exactly what you were
No,
trying to say.
yeah.
It's just, I get it.
super focus, super epicness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
Don't ask all these rapid fire questions. We got some dumb ones in here, but we are going to ask you some rapid fire questions. to
Okay.
finish this out.
Okay.
here.
Yeah, let's do it.
First one's going to be favorite species: duck, goose, teal, mallard,
Okay.
Water duck.
Favorite species of duck, widgeon.
widgeon.
I absolutely love them. My favorite little cute birds. I love them.
Awesome.
Geese, love geese. I'd say at this point in my time, I am still fairly new to goose hunting
Mhm.
within the last few years. So I love shooting goose. I'll do a goose shoot before I do a duck.
Is there a bunch of different species of geese, dude?
There is, yeah.
Yeah, I know you have to take
snow
a
geese,
test in
speckled
Washington,
bellies,
right?
Specs,
Is there something you can't shoot?
Honkers,
Duskers.
Duskies.
There's 7 subspecies. No, that's 7 subspecies of Canadian goose. Don't make me name
And the Duskies are just, they're like
They're
endangered or something?
They are endangered. Yeah, they are endangered. And they're
So how
very
many of those have you
specific.
shot over the years?
I have not shot a single one. I have not shot a single one. I don't even look for them.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, never shot one ever.
Total joke, guys.
No, and it's kind of, you know, 2A area 2A, 2B, inland and coastal in Washington are the only areas that have to worry about them. So we have to take, and Northwest Oregon, and we have to take a specific goose
Yeah, what?
test.
What is a dusky? I don't know.
It's a subspecies of Canada goose that.
probably look different. Like.
So they're fairly big geese. They're a little bit bigger than the Taverners. They look basically a Hershey's chocolate bar with wings.
Okay.
That's the best way to
Cool.
describe them.
That's a
They're super dark.
Well, they're
not like
gray,
that.
so they're a lot
grayish.
easier to tell.
Oh yeah, and like if you ever get just some low flying pack of 7 geese that just these are doing it so good. Oh, it's like they've been here 400 times before. Yeah, it's because it's not.
It's a Dusky.
Yeah, it's a Dusky. Yeah, don't probably let it land and like, okay, is it a
Make
chocolate
sure,
bar? Or
yeah.
is it not a chocolate bar? Yeah.
All right, I got a good rapid fire question
Yep.
for you here. So it's a yes or no, and you have to answer really fast.
Okay.
Water swatting.
Yeah.
Some people are gripey about water swatting. They
I don't
think
even know
it's-
what that is. What's water swatting?
when you let them land.
Oh, hitting them on the water.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a couple of those.
Okay. Here's.
It's legal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's an ethical thing to some hunters.
It is. I mean, and if you think, I'll try and play both sides of it. If you think of ricocheting shot. Maybe that's not the best thing to shoot at water, right?
Okay. I'll walk with you.
But at the same time, like, it's kind of hard. I mean, you did your job.
Yeah.
You landed that bird, you know? Shoot it.
Dude, I'm all about it.
I'm all about it,
Shoot-
too. I'm like-
shoot the damn thing. Let's hear what you guys have to say. What do
Yeah.
you guys think? Should we be blasting these things on the water, or should we?
They are easier to
Water.
hit
Couldn't
when
you just
they're on
stand
the
up
water.
though and just let him fly, and then just shoot him right as he gets up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's
Because there is something to be
If-
said about like shoot. Like the first one I shot out of the sky, I remember Bill looked at me and was like, "Dude, nice shot."
yeah.
And it just like watching just. I mean, it is
Yeah.
cool.
It is
fun.
cool. I mean, yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like the couple that I shot on the water, it wasn't cool. I was like,
Yeah.
cool, got another duck toward
Yeah.
my limit.
I mean, if you're shooting on a duck that's on the water 80 yards away,
Yeah, no,
maybe
In your
not
spread,
ideal.
though,
and then you wound it. But if I mean, you decoy a bird at 20 yards that's on the water,
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
can
all about
almost-
it.
Yeah.
I can almost say with confidence that you're probably going to make a good shot on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Most memorable duck you've ever killed?
Okay.
Is it a banded duck, a special duck?
It is a special duck. It was banded. Here's what I think. I think Bill shot it, and he was being real nice to me. We shot pretty much at the same time, at the same bird. I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact it was at the same bird because it was a single. It was the only bird that came in, and we both shot and did the draw straws. Whoever chooses the shortest or longest straw. I hadn't shot a band until that hunt with Bill, and it was the first hunt that I've ever done with Bill in a spot I had never been to, and he was super gracious to bring me out to that spot. And I mean, I've known him 3 or 4 months, 5 months by now, and we drew straws, and I got to take that band. It was my first ever Columbia River band, and it was freaking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've shot plenty of ducks.
Never got one since?
Nope.
So explain to people what a banded bird is.
I've gotten one since.
Oh, you've killed a banded before.
It's pretty. Yeah, I don't see too many of them. Well, sawbies. See a bunch of them.
What are they?
And stuff. They're bands.
I don't know what a band is.
Well, a leg
There's
band.
gonna be a lot of people
Yeah,
that
so a
might
leg
have a
band. So
freaking clue.
they go out and I think they use net guns, like giant net guns. They'll net them,
For surveying.
right, and it's for surveying.
So then you get the information back.
Yeah, so you
that's
get
cool.
your band. And
So it's like a
numbered.
tag and a fish.
Yeah, I should have brought my one. But it's a leg band and it's got numbers stamped on it. And you go onto the website and you type in the numbers and it comes back with when it was hatched, how old it is, where it came from.
That's
And
neat.
there's some that have radio transmitter collars. You know, I've heard stories of guys shooting geese with radio transmission collars and having radio transmission collar blow up, fireball goose coming down. Yeah. they do.
Crazy.
I don't know what I'd do if I
There's
saw
reward
that.
bands.
You'd be like,
I'd look at my
What in the
shells.
world?
Yeah.
I'd look at my shells and be like, what am I
Like
shooting?
dragon's breath. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you know it was banded when you shot him? Like
No.
when you guys were shooting, you just
Nope. The two that I've been a part of, I had no idea. No, had no idea. And Bill probably has some way cooler band stories. Or
Yeah.
whatever. But
What's that last question?
That was
I got. This is something that I know you and I are hold dear to our hearts. Do you hunt with a dog?
okay.
Because we
I-
have not talked about dogs, and dogs are a really
Yeah.
important part of any kind of bird
Yeah.
hunting, really.
Yeah, I don't personally, like, I don't have a dog. Most of our trips that we do, we have Rooster, which is Bill's dog. Wonderful dog. I am going to be actually picking up one of Rooster's pups in the next year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah, super excited about that. And then
Yeah, he's a killer dog.
yeah, he is. He's a stud. But yeah, I personally don't.
What kind of dog is?
It's a golden retriever.
Okay.
He is a
Oh
golden
my
retriever.
god, that was my first
But,
dog. I have a special place to hunt for those.
Super red.
Dude, he's such
Super
an amazing dog.
Yeah, he's a red golden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Last rapid fire here. Keep it short. One piece of advice you'd like to give all the other hunters out there that you've learned over the years.
Okay. Go out there. give it your best effort, try and learn, and have fun while trying to learn. Don't be upset about failure.
Having fun is...
Be upset if you don't learn from it.
Exactly. Having fun is the most important thing to all this stuff that we're doing. All this stuff we're doing. It's like, why are you doing it if you're not having fun? I have to remind myself that a lot because I have a tendency to get frustrated and be like, oh my gosh, day 6 up this mountain.
I know.
You know, and you can get frustrated, but you got to just remember that it's like, dude, it's so fun.
Failure is the best teacher, especially in hunting.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you will not learn anything more than failing in a hunt.
Yeah, I've learned a lot this year.
Yeah, Marlon is going to be a PhD in hunting.
You need to quit failing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate you coming in, Brandon.
Yeah.
Anything last
Thanks
minute
for
things
having
you
me.
want to say to the people out there? Top Guys Northwest, baby.
Get out with him.
Go shoot some ducks.
Brandon knows his stuff.
Yeah, these guys fish, they hunt, they do it all. They got a few guys in their crew that are awesome, and you're going to see a lot of them in probably hunting videos, fishing videos into the future. So appreciate you coming in, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything you want to say, John?
Get out there and hunt, guys.
That's right. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening, watching, doing everything with this podcast. Please do us a favor. Thumbs up the video, drop some comments, leave us reviews on Apple, Spotify, just any of that stuff that helps us continue to grow this thing. And until next time, we'll see you guys out there.
Heck yeah.